Hello, very good morning. Thanks for clicking on to the Easter Outlook edition of Vogan's European Outlook. It's Thursday, the 24th of March, and we are back into a much more unsettled, turbulent, unstable atmospheric environment after a good 10 days, albeit cloudy at times, quite a lot of the time, in fact, but it has been very dry indeed. The first prolonged dry spell that we've seen since really September last year, believe it or not. But we do have low pressure coming back in control once again. We are going to have some chilly air associated with these lows as well. That will bring the return of hill snow, I think. But along with the low pressure, we have, of course, wind and rain. The first in a series of fronts is now sliding southeast across the UK today. We are going to see brighter conditions start to develop here across Scotland and the northwest here. But as we start to skip into the early part of Friday, you can see here a little ridge of high pressure building in. One system exits, and you can see the next one approaching from the west. Friday doesn't look to be too bad of a day. So Good Friday would be a good day, I think, to get out and about, do whether it's going to work still or whether it's spending time with the family, going to the shops. It looks as if Friday overall isn't going to be a bad day, but as we push into the evening hours and overnight, we've got a more pronounced active frontal system pushing in from the northwest here, associated with a huge area of low pressure over the northwest Atlantic. If you'd seen yesterday's post, showed you some satellite images of that area of low pressure producing blizzard conditions on the other side of the Atlantic in Labrador. We also seen its associated cold front essentially extend from Greenland all the way down towards Mexico here. So a very significant area of low pressure. The main low, the mother low of that, isn't actually sliding into the UK, but what we're seeing is we're seeing areas of low pressure shed off the main low, and that will be the systems that cross into the UK. So the first in a more pronounced series of fronts will push through uh, overnight Friday into Saturday here, and you can see here that an area of low pressure develops, becomes quite a potent low according to the GFS to the west of Scotland here. Strong winds associated with it, so we're going to see the return of gale force winds once again. Haven't seen that in a while, plus a fairly significant spell of wind and rain during the day on Saturday. Conditions may improve, but as that area of low pressure, as you can see here, begins to lift north, it's starting to tap cold air to the north, and that cold air cycles around that low. We could see snowfall over at least the Grampians and the Highlands during the day on Saturday into Sunday. So into the Easter Sunday itself, that low exits. We've got another system then starting to push in from the southwest here, so a very active weather pattern once again, as you can see here. But there will be colder associated with this pattern as well, because we do have, if you're a subscriber on marvelgonweather.com, I've been highlighting the stratospheric warming that's been taking place way up within the Arctic region. That is leading to a shadow effect this spring. I think we are going to have a much colder April than what you would typically see, I think, given what I'm seeing on the broader, bigger scale of things. But this is in the Easter Monday here, so plenty of people will still be taking time off. It looks as if we're going to have the best of the conditions across Scotland, the north of England, Ireland, Northern Ireland, while we've got another wind and rain producer pushing into the southern half of the British Isles overall. This could be quite a significant area of low pressure here, but given the fact that it's only Thursday, this is looking out 102 hours from now, so this is 12Z on Monday, the middle part of the day on Monday. That area of low pressure may be weaker, it may be deeper, it may be further north or further south, so there's a lot of uncertainty as to exact timing, exact positioning of that low. That system then exits. We've got another one rotating around this fairly deep trough in the upper atmosphere over the North Atlantic and Europe. So we've got more systems coming in, as you can see here. But what I want to point out to you folks is this is us moving, of course, well into next week. We're starting to see cold air coming in. Thickness values are at 516, 522. What does that mean? It means that we've got colder air coming back into the pattern once again, and it does look as if the modelling Not just the GFS, but the ECMWF, the Met Office model. There is several models in good agreement here that yes, we're going to continue to see unsettled conditions, but colder conditions is going to become a player, I think, a factor as we push into the end of March and beginning of April here. You notice here that we've got the lower thickness values. Where's the isobars coming from? They're coming from the Arctic, and as well as that, these areas of low pressure could start to bring snowfall, even the mix down the lower levels here. Now, as we push into the latter half of next week, you notice that here that high pressure starts to develop and strengthen to the north and northwest of the UK here. What does that mean? It means that we're going to start to draw in cooler air. It then deflects the storm track that's coming in, still active, coming in off the Atlantic. It will undercut this blocking high that's developing back across the north once again, and therefore we're going to start to pull in air from Scandinavia here. So it's an interesting and active, open to spring. Looks as if we are going to see a very mixed weekend, Easter weekend coming up, and keep it right here. Do check out the written Easter forecast and some thoughts on next week as well. And if you're not a subscriber to markvogelweather.com, do give it a try. I've got daily videos and written analysis on the short, medium and the long range for both the UK as well as Europe and of course North America. So to me, you get what you pay for overall. But anyway, hope you have a great Thursday, a great Easter weekend, and I'll be back again as always on the website tomorrow. Bye for now.